Good morning, traders. How are you on this beautiful morning? I hope you are all well. Today is Thursday, the 27th of October. This week has gone like this. Guys, I want to thank all of you that joined us on the live stream yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Loads of great questions. I hope I answered most of your questions. Yeah, really enjoyed it, guys. I'd missed them live streams. I'd miss interacting with you. So yeah, thanks for everyone who turned up. And also, guys, a couple of shout outs before we get started. Please don't forget our Discord channel. There is a link in the comments below this video. Come join us, discuss your trades with like-minded traders. Don't forget the live stream is now every Wednesday at 6:30 London GMT. And also we've got a mentorship program. So come join us for that. If you would like to be mentored one-on-one, email us at hellosimpllyforex@gmail.com. Right, guys, I think that's all the shout out. So today we're gonna look back at yesterday's trades, and there was about 3 million of them. And we're also going to look at today's potential trades and also the important news for today. But yesterday, guys, was pretty much all about the dollar. Yeah, the dollar became weak. Who would have thunk it? But let's look at all those trades from yesterday's, guys, all right? So let's start with US dollar, Canadian dollar, guys, all right? And we were looking to short this pair. So price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, didn't create a higher high, broke this low. So for me, these highs here and this low here, when this low was broken, we had a structure break. And then price has come back up to these highs. And as I said before, guys, we've had all this selling pressure. Yeah, sellers were slowly taking control of this market. Okay. And for that reason, yeah, structure in a downtrend, sellers in control of the market, bouncing off of highs. Because of this candle here, guys, as well, we were just looking to take price back down to this blue line. And that's exactly what happened, guys. All right. So the day chart looked good. Yeah, it did exactly as we expected. Let's go down to the H1 chart now and see if we could get in on this pair. And for me, guys, it was a frustrating one because I couldn't really get in on it. But I know during our live stream yesterday, I think it was A-Rod, he was talking about this candle here. And to be honest with you, that would have been the candle to enter on. Yeah, enter on this candle, put your stop above here. Yeah, and then take price back down to this low. Okay. I didn't start trading until the next candle, really. And also, I was just looking for a bit of a retrace before we could come lower. Okay. But yeah, I would say this was the candle to enter on, guys. Yeah, enter on this candle, put your stop above the entry candle, and then take price back down to this low. So we could have traded that candle lower. Like I say, guys, I'll be transparent with you. I won't say I traded it. I made millions of dollars. I couldn't get in on this pair. I joined the party too late. Elvis had already left the building. All right. But then there was this candle. Yeah. But this was on the back of worse than expected CAD interest rate decision. So again, guys, it made me reluctant to start selling this pair because the interest rate decision was worse than expected. Then, yeah, I was reluctant to start selling the Canadian dollar, you know. So, however, this is an entry candle, okay? But even if you get a retrace to here, yeah, we would have to put our stop above here. And this would be our target. So the risk to reward didn't make sense, all right, after the news. So for me, yeah, no trade. This candle here, that was the candle to enter on. All right, guys, so US dollar, Canadian dollar, but direction was good. Come down, hit our target. And as you can see, it was a good target because price literally reacted at our target. All right, so that was US dollar, Canadian dollar from yesterday. The next one was this, euro against the US dollar. Okay, and this will be a trade idea for today, guys. We'll be looking for longs off this pair. But remember, guys, we highlighted this area here as a potential area for a reaction, one way or the other. Yeah, so, but what actually happened was price broke out of that. Okay, so once price broke this gray zone and broke out of this triangle, yeah, you can see this triangle. That is very good drawing with a mouse pen. Yeah, it broke out of this triangle and this gray zone. Yeah, once this candle had done that, we were just looking for longs. Okay, but we didn't have much room to move into. Yeah, I was just looking for longs up to this last high here and this parity level. But the euro was Arnold Schwarzenegger strong yesterday. Yeah, and as you can see, it just totally rallied. Yeah, euro buyers in their droves. So again, let's have a look, guys, see if we could get in on this pair on the H1. And again, the answer is no, guys, rather frustratingly. Yeah, because my target was this blue line. I mean, we could have entered on this candle. Yeah, it broke these last H1 highs. We're with H1 trend. But again, I'd have to put my stop below this, arguably below this swing low. And this would be my reward here. So again, guys, the risk to reward didn't make sense for me. In hindsight, it would have been excellent risk to reward. Yeah, entered on the close of this candle, put my stop here. Yeah, I would have had a wonderful trade. But my target was this parity. Okay, so again, guys, I would love to tell you I got in on this trade, but I didn't. All right, so for those reasons. But if you did, guys, please let me know how you traded it. And I know some of you guys in the Discord channel were looking to short the euro US dollar. But no, no. After this break of this triangle, yeah, what I think has happened with what some traders do, guys, you get fixated on shorting a pair, for example. So for weeks and weeks, you have been thinking to yourself, short the euro US dollar, short the euro US dollar, short the euro US dollar. But once it tells you it is no longer a short with this candle and this candle, don't short the euro US dollar. Yeah, you need to break out of your preconceptions of a pair. Okay, that's part of the psychology of trading. You need to break that and be flexible in the markets. I would not be shorting this pair. All right, guys, but no trade there. The next one was Bitcoin. Like I said, we had about 8 million trades from yesterday to look at. And Bitcoin was not really a trade for yesterday, but it is a trade for today. Remember, we pinpointed this gray zone as an area of importance for this pair. And then once we had this daily candle break out of this, this is going to be a trade for today. We'll be looking for a pullback, and then we can take price higher. All right, but I'll show you that in my trade ideas. The next one we was looking at was this. This was the pound against the New Zealand dollar. And what we were seeing here, guys, was a potential head and shoulders pattern. So price had come up. It was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Didn't create a higher low, but the lows didn't break. And then price has come up to this, hasn't quite hit this zone for me. And the idea was to do this. Yeah, this is a shoulder. This is a head, and this is a shoulder. This is why they cunningly name it a head and shoulders pattern. So this is what I'm seeing develop on this pair, okay? And the idea was to see a H1 breakdown. So if we go down to the H1 chart, we just didn't get a H1 breakdown. All we got was an absolute box of indecision. But today, guys, if this box of indecision breaks, we like this trade. Yeah, bang, bang, down, make millions of dollars. All right, guys. So, yeah, I think it might even potentially come up and just touch this blue zone, this blue target before it comes back in and comes down. All right, guys. So yeah, no trade here because didn't have H1 breakdown. And that's the same for all of the remaining pairs. So Euro, New Zealand dollar. Remember, this was a short idea. Price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Didn't create a higher high. Yeah, this is always a telltale sign price could be breaking down. It came down, broke this low. It's come back up. But because these candles weren't very bearish, yeah, we were just looking for a H1 structure breakdown, yeah, to take price lower down to one of these blue lines. So if we look at the H1 chart, guys, again, we didn't get a H1 break for me. So we were seeing lower highs on the H1. Yeah, we also have this one today. But all of this wick action here, it held within this gray zone. Yeah, it all closed back into this gray zone. So none of these were a break of structure. They all held within each other's wicks. And again, this isn't, yeah. Okay, I would need to see a break of this today now. We've almost got a new area that needs breaking. Okay, so again, no trade Euro, New Zealand dollar. And then the pound yen, guys, because of these weekly highs, yeah, it's literally at these weekly highs here. If we saw a H1 structure breakdown, we could trade it. So let's go down to the H1 chart. And again, guys, yeah, this gray zone is the area I pinpointed as a break of structure, and it still holds true. Okay, so again, guys, if price starts coming down, breaking this gray zone, then we can get in. All right. But it didn't happen, so I didn't have a trade. Quite a frustrating day for me, guys. I just didn't have a trade yesterday. I either arrived to the party too late or price didn't retrace. It didn't give me a chance to get in. And or H1 structure didn't break down. Also, Euro yen, same idea as pound yen. If we look at the weekly chart, yeah, this weekly candle held within this last high. So these highs have held, in my opinion. So we were just looking for a H1 structure breakdown at these absolute highs. Yeah. So if we go down to the H1 chart on Euro yen, again, didn't get a structure break, guys. Yeah. I mean, we had, look at all of this dojis. Yeah. Kept pushing price up. All right. We did get this candle, but then it was followed by this candle. Okay. So again, guys, I'm looking for this area today to be broken, and then we can look for shorts. All right, guys. So yeah, a bit of a frustrating day for me, guys. Like I said, I arrived to the party too late, or the H1 structure just didn't break down yesterday, guys. All right. So yeah, but on most of our trades, the direction was good, especially the dollar pairs. All right. So yeah, that's the recap from yesterday, guys. Let's take a look at today's trades now. So guys, we analysed about 300 trades from yesterday. Yeah, we had lots of potential trades. A little bit of a frustrating day for me because, yeah, I either arrived to the party too late or H1 structure didn't break down. So I didn't really have a trade yesterday. But guys, I would love to hear from you. If you had a trade, let me know how you traded it. You can leave a message in the comments below this video or join our Discord channel and leave your trade ideas on there. But if you enjoyed that recap, guys, then please come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Really help support the channel. Thank you very much. So guys, today is Thursday, the 27th of October. And like I say, guys, we've got lots of trades to look at today as well. Most of them are to do with US dollar weakness, as you can expect. But we'll look at those shortly. What I've got to do before my editor beats me is mention our Discord channel. So there's a link in the comments below this vid. If you would like to join our Discord channel, speak to like-minded traders, share your trade ideas, then why the hell not? So go ahead and do that, guys. Also, really enjoyed the live stream yesterday, guys. Good to be back with the live stream. Thank you for all of you who turned up and asked your questions. Your questions are my fuel. I love it. So yeah, we'll do that again next Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 6:30 London GMT, guys. We will do the live streams. Get your questions ready. And finally, yeah, we've got a mentorship program that we're running where I mentor you one-on-one. If you're interested in that, guys, then please email us hello simplyforex@gmail.com. Okay, guys, I think that's everything. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at the trades for today then. So like I say, guys, it's all about the US dollar yesterday, and this is the dollar index, guys. Yeah, and we've pinpointed these two gray areas for weeks now. All right, so this candle here is super bearish, yeah, and it has broken these lows. Okay, so arguably we're in a downtrend. Yeah, we now have lower lows, but yeah, the but is this is still an area of support until this gray zone, let's say the next candle does this, until this gray zone is broken. Yeah, it's still an area of support, guys. So we have technically had a structure break, yeah, lower lows, but this gray zone is still an area of support, yeah, and price could easily react upwards here. All right, what I'd like to see is a real confirmation of structure change is, like I say, a candle that looks something like this, a red candle that comes down and closes below the gray zone. Then we know if the structure break has been confirmed. All right, guys. So yeah, all about the dollar today as well. So as you can imagine, because of this dollar weakness, it's presented some opportunities in the majors. Yeah, all the US dollar cross pairs. Okay, so we're going to look at a few of them, but I'm going to show you my favorite one and explain why, because that's why you tune in. So I will explain to you. So yeah, we've got pound US dollar. Yeah, this could potentially be, yeah, like I say, we've had a structure break. Yeah, sorry, let's start up here. We was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And then price has been making higher lows, yeah, higher low. And then eventually this high here has been broken with this candle here. Okay, so we now have higher lows, yeah, and now we have higher highs. Okay, so it's a clear structure break, guys. We're now in an uptrend. Okay, and because of this also very bullish candle, I think we can take price back up to this high here at least. Okay, but I'm not going to go into the H1 chart because I'm going to show you my favorite US dollar pair. Okay, but not yet. Also, we have the euro US dollar, guys. So this has clearly broken out of this triangle, yeah, and broken out of this what was once resistance, and it's broken, yeah, it's broken this high as well. Okay, so again, a clear structure change. Okay, yeah, we've now got higher highs and we've been having lower lows. All right, so again, a clear structure break on euro US dollar. And again, I still think we can, so this was yesterday's target. Let's move this. So I still think we have room to this high here. Okay, so room up to here. All right, and this is a trade idea for today. Yeah, there's a few of the US dollar pairs we can trade. Okay, but let me show you the one I like the most. It's this. It's New Zealand against the US dollar. And let me explain why. Because, first of all, we've had a structure change. Price, like a lot of the US dollar pairs, was in a downtrend for absolutely weeks. Yeah, lower highs. Didn't create a lower low. And as we all know, guys, what does this tell us? This tells us that structure could be breaking down. And then sure enough, once this high here is broken, this last high with this candle, we have had a structure break. Okay. So why do I like New Zealand US dollar above the Euro US dollar, for example? Well, the reason for that is quite simple, guys. Firstly, as you can see, this has a lot of room to move into before we start seeing any potential resistance. Okay. So firstly, this has a lot of room to move into. If we compare that to the Euro US dollar, yeah, this doesn't have a lot of room to move into before we start seeing resistance. Okay, so that's the first reason why I prefer New Zealand US dollar. Okay, let's just compare it with Euro US dollar. Secondly, with New Zealand US dollar, it won't have much retracement. Yeah, if it wanted to retrace to these last, this last area of resistance, the retrace is literally this before it comes up. Okay, so yeah, we have less chance of it moving against us. Yeah, whereas Euro US dollar, you know, price arguably could retrace back down to this level. Yeah, so lots of pips to retrace into. It could even retrace back down to this grey zone before it comes up. All right, so again, Euro US dollar has more potential to the downside before it comes back up. Whereas if we compare that to New Zealand US dollar, this has minimal room to the downside before it finds resistance to react at. And obviously it has more room to move into. So those are the reasons why I prefer New Zealand US dollar over Euro US dollar. So New Zealand US dollar is my trade idea, my first trade idea for today. Okay, so let's take a look at this on the H1 chart. So I've explained we've had a structure break with this candle here. We've had a structure break and this candle is bullish, and why I like it compared to the Euro US dollar. Guys, remember your job as a trader is to gather all of this confluence. And I've got lots of confluence there to trade this pair long. All right, so then we drop down to the H1 chart. And what we want to see, guys, is this. So I've only got the one grey zone plotted because I like to be with H1 structure. If you don't know that by now, then I don't know. Then I'm not sure. But yeah, I love H1 structure. I love H1 structure like I love Gal Gadot, aka Wonder Woman. All right. So what we want to see, guys, is this H1 structure to remain. All right. So what could happen, guys, we just get a retrace into this grey zone. It could bounce off this low or even these lows. But I just want to see a reaction in this grey zone, a bullish reaction. It could be a bullish candlestick pattern. We enter the trade. We potentially could take 80%, close 80% of our trade at the last H1 high. If we get a risk to reward of 1:1. If we don't, guys, we may need to let it run a little bit further and then we can close it for 80%. Okay, then I will let 20% run for 8 years. Okay, but no, I would just let 80% run. Okay. If that doesn't happen, guys, what could potentially happen is price just makes a bullish candle, something like this. Yeah, makes a bullish candle, breaks these H1 highs. We could also enter on this and put the stop below this last swing H1, this last swing low on the H1. All right, so that could happen as well, guys, because it's technically already bounced off of this grey zone here. Okay, so both of these options are available, guys, to take this higher. All right, so we're looking to buy New Zealand US dollar. Let's look at a higher time frame target. So yeah, I mean, you know me, guys, I like to go for psychological levels. So the first psychological level would be this 5,900, but I think we could make it up to this 600 level as well. So these two higher time frame targets would be good targets for me. All right, New Zealand US dollar, we're looking to buy this pair, although there are a few other US dollar pairs you could trade as well, but we're looking for US dollar weakness. Okay, the second trade idea for today is this. This is also a US dollar pair trade, yeah, but this is Bitcoin against US dollar. And remember, guys, I've pinpointed this gray zone for weeks now. Yeah, it kept reacting at this gray zone. Yeah. Okay, and eventually we had a break of this gray zone. So again, I like this trade because it's only just broke out of this gray zone. Yeah, so it only has a little bit of room for retracement. Yeah, and it has lots of room to move into before we start seeing any potential resistance. Okay, so we like this trade. For those reasons, similar to New Zealand US dollar, the same reasons. Okay, so we're looking to take price potentially back up to this area here. Okay, if we drop down to the H1 chart now, guys, because that's where we always execute, and I've got this one gray zone. Ignore this gray zone down here, guys, because that's from weeks ago. Yeah, so what we want to see, guys, is this. So price could come down into this gray zone. We get a bullish reaction. We can then take price back up to these last H1 highs, close 80%, yeah, and then leave the remaining 20% to run. Okay, but again, guys, with the New Zealand US dollar, if we got something like this, if we got a bullish candle that looks something like this, yeah, imagine this is a bullish green candle breaking these highs here, then again we could enter on this, perhaps wait for a slight retracement, yeah, and put your stop below this swing low, and then we could take price higher as well. All right, guys, so yeah, Bitcoin against US dollar, we're looking to buy this as well. Our third trade idea for today is this. This is oil, black gold, lots of it in this part of the world. I wish my house was built on oil. I would drill and I would be, yeah, millionaire. Okay, so oil, guys. Yeah, what I like about this trade is a couple of things. So structurally, we were in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then price broke out of this channel. Yeah, and broke these highs here as well. Okay, so structurally, we were then in a uptrend. We do have to be careful because this gray zone here is actually a weekly area of resistance. Okay, but what also I like, guys, is this. Remember, a box of indecision. Yeah, and that, my friend, is a box of indecision. Sellers, buyers, sellers, doji, 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 doji. That is indecision. So we've had indecision and then bang, we get a candle that breaks out of that indecision, out of that box. All right. So yeah, structures in an uptrend. We've had on a daily on the day trend, it's in an uptrend. We've had a box of indecision followed by a very bullish candle. So I think we can just take price back up to this blue line here. Okay, let's go drop down to the H1 chart now, guys, to see where we want to get in. Yeah, and if you see, guys, price has been reacting here, even taking into account these candles here. Okay, so that's why it's quite a large gray zone. But what I want to see, guys, is price come down into this gray zone. We get a bullish reaction, and then we can take price higher. First of all, we'll take price back up to these last H1 highs. That's always my first target. Close 80% and then leave 20% to run. Like I say, guys, in this volatile markets as well, this 80-20 rule is also a good idea because we're seeing markets whipsaw like maniacs. Then taking profit early is not a bad idea. Okay, so that's what we want to see, guys. So US dollar, oil, long. So they're the three trade ideas for today, guys, really. New Zealand US dollar long, Bitcoin US dollar long, oil long. But also, guys, you could keep an eye on these. So these are still standing. Yeah, remember pound New Zealand dollar, guys. If this is the H1 chart, if this breaks, we could look for lows. Similar with the euro New Zealand, guys. I would change this gray zone now. Let me just change this and make a new one. Yeah, this gray zone now, guys. Okay, no. Yeah, if we got a break here, bang, down. Okay, we could also look for that with euro, New Zealand dollar. And also, like I say, because of these yen pairs, pound yen, euro yen, these are all H1 charts. But because of they're at that weekly highs, if we saw a structure break on the H1, we could start taking these as well. That's pound yen, and this is euro yen. Because it's at those weekly highs, yeah, if we get a structure break on H1, I think these have potential to the downside. All right, guys. So action-packed trades today, lots of them. But the three main trades are New Zealand US dollar long, Bitcoin US dollar long, oil long. All right, guys. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this daily morning analysis. And if you are, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button, guys. Help support the channel. Merci beaucoup. Right, news for Thursday, the 27th of October. So overnight, guys, we had a 3-star rating coming out of Japan, but that's been and gone. But today, guys, we've got a lot of big news. All right. So the first big news for today is this. At 1:15 London GMT, we have got the ECB interest rate decision. Okay, so they're looking to increase it by 75 basis points. So yeah, this is obviously big daddy news. Yeah, all of these are the deposit facility rate, the marginal lending, the monetary policy statement. All of these at the same time are going to make the euro crazy as my ex-girlfriend. I keep using that reference. I apologize. So yeah, big news here, guys. Must be aware of that. If if I know one of the trade ideas was euro US dollar, but maybe stay out of that until we've seen what this does. After that, guys, 15 minutes later at 1:30, we then have big news coming out of the US dollar. Out of the US. Yeah, we've got core durable goods, 3-star rating. We've got the GDP, 3-star rating, and we've got initial jobless claims. So from 1:15 to 1:30, expect the euro US dollar to just be like a frothing at the mouth maniac. All right. So yeah, guys, you've got to be careful of all of this news. Yeah, this US dollar news will also, potentially dictate if that dollar weakness continues. Okay, so yeah, big news there, guys. Must be aware of that. And then also another 15 minutes later is the ECB press conference. So this is makes the euro just as volatile as the interest rate decision itself, because this is where they will discuss how they arrived at that figure. So, guys, yeah, from 1:15 to 2 o'clock, let's say, it is going to be crazy with the euro and the US dollar. All right. And then later on, guys, at 3:15, we've got the head of the ECB, Lagarde, speaking. Again, she could affect the euro. So, yeah, big news today, guys. So must be aware of that. Yeah, trade with caution around 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., I would suggest. All right, guys. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.